What's good, y'all? Episode 10 of the family meeting. Got Breeze with us today.
Yeah. It's good, y'all.
I don't know if y'all know or not, but this been my nigga since.
Since I was getting put in wrestling moves for Pokemon cards.
Word.
That part.
Was being the babies.
But shit, we gonna get it rolling because we starting late today. So I guess I ain't want to start with Dave Chappelle, but we can start with Dave Chappelle. But before we even get into the controversy and all of that,
Let's just we gotta get that up for him.
huh?
Say before we get into the bush.
Oh yeah, you know, of course, that's what I was about to do. You already know. Dave Chappelle. I'll let you say your hot take. Yeah, you had a hot take the other day. Cause I kind of.
Oh yeah. So I said that Dave Chappelle is. I put him as the greatest comedian ever, even over Richard Pryor, because even though Dave Chappelle is Richard's student, nobody has like Richard never got to that pinnacle where he was clear-minded enough to use his talent the way that Dave is using it. Dave is saying shit that everybody's scared to say, and you're not even listening for jokes no more. You just listening to learn from the nigga, and then you're gonna laugh along the way.
So I wanted you to say that so I can piggyback off that. When you first said it, I had to think about it. But Dave Chappelle checked every single box that Richard Pryor did. The only thing that Richard Pryor made better movies.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle made terrible
fucking movies. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
What was it? Half Baked.
Half Baked was like.
It's a classic, but it's just retarded. Like
what was it? Dead Presidents.
I know he was in Robin Hood. He was in that movie with Mark Leonard's movie, National Security.
Oh yeah.
it's all good.
His movies have been the best.
Hell yeah, we just start shooting now.
And everything as a show. You know what I'm saying? The show was amazing.
I'm gonna hit you up about that Chucky shit later. Once I get done.
Did you see the new movie?
The one about it's AJ, by the way, yeah. But
When he was in the store?
you talking about the one when he's like a robot type shit, like the AI is going crazy?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
That shit
yeah.
was believable.
Yeah. But I like what they doing with this show right now.
But you could see where they when it came into like okay, we gonna go this direction and you gonna go that direction.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to do that movie.
Yeah, definitely. But
Alright,
shit. Yeah, let me get back to the camera.
Alright.
But yeah. You know what I'm saying? He did, yeah, that what how many movies? I don't think he made that many movies. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a lot of cameos in movies. He didn't have a lot that him and Neil Brennan wrote Half Baked.
But I actually could see him in a more of a serious role, like if he play an older character now. I feel like if he is in a movie now, it'd be
a lot different. Yeah.
But they should, like, Richard Pryor actually, because I'm a big ass Richard Pryor fan, like I fucking love Richard Pryor, but he did a lot of teaching in his shit too, and especially like his sitcom, like his shit that came out, like, cause he had that before Dave Chappelle had, like, even though like Dave Chappelle did it recently, how he said Key and Peele stole his shit, but if you want to keep it real, Richard Pryor did that shit before Dave Chappelle did.
And they when they were making the Chappelle show, they were trying to make Playboy After Dark. It just so happened to land on to shift as they start shooting.
Or so
He gonna be alright though.
yeah.
Like what he said was not wrong. And who feelings he hurt though? Like How you mad because he said a woman is born a woman and a man is born a man? Like,
So to play devil's advocate,
Yeah, let's get into the question now.
to play devil's advocate though, I do feel somebody said something about how if you say something like if you make it openly okay to talk about somebody or attack somebody, that's how they put it, like put them under attack, there's going to be people who might take it to the extreme, which I do feel like it does feel freeing in a way that he does say that, like, but I feel like that Dave Chappelle made it like he make it like people starting to not be scared to say what they want to say, and it can offend people if it's coming from a place of hatred, but our people aren't hateful people. Like, our people don't come from a place of fucking hate, it's from a place of misunderstanding. And while I'm saying devil's advocate to where I can understand a fear that community has about what can possibly happen, I really think it's more of a control thing. Like, these motherfuckers have really gotten in control of this shit, and like they really untouchable, and now it's like, okay, they losing that. Because every point that he made was a valid ass point, and then if you see it in some kind of other way, and then the trans, they even going against gay people now, like, cause gay people like supporting Dave Chappelle. They like, fuck y'all, like, you don't want to go against they, like, you need them as allies, motherfucker. You don't want to go against them, like, because
I feel like there's some people who listen to understand, and there's some people who listen to argue, and they already know coming into it, like, oh, he hates trans people. That's already my perspective, so I'm gonna come into it and then wait for some words that trigger me so that I can be mad. And he's gonna give you them words on surface level, but if you listen to what he's saying, he's painting whole pictures. Even Clifford, the big nigga, space Jews. He makes these crude jokes, you would call it. That's not like they seem like out of nowhere, but then later on, that's just a setup for what he's really trying to say later on. He introduces characters. He introduces all of this. You gotta look at it as an art form and not just a nigga telling jokes, and you gonna take 30 seconds of it and then be mad about it.
yeah, that's a fact. And then even the fact that they missed the fact. The two key things is he was saying that y'all outrage motherfuckers killed one of your own because they supported me and understood me, and then he ended it by saying, I will not tell another joke at your expense until I'm sure that we're laughing together, because I am not trying to attack anybody. I'm not trying to do that. But what he did do strategically is that he did that whole thing on purpose to prove his point. He proved his exact point that he was making by the reaction that they gave, because they didn't even listen. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
which ultimately, I feel like at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Like, the way I see it, like, they forcing this shit upon us.
Yeah.
So with y'all forcing y'all you know, preference upon us, is like, who's not gonna have something to say about anything that's going on? I got this shit displayed all over television. Then I'm looking and I'm seeing something about fucking Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just getting weird as fuck.
No, that's
like,
Superman. Don't do that to my man Pete.
Superman. Whatever character. It don't even matter. It's just a simple fact that y'all doing this shit. It's like, yo, like, stop fucking shit up. I don't care who's gay. I don't care who's trans. You know what I'm saying? Just like, be you, do what you do. Stop trying to force that shit upon me and then getting mad because I'm not accepting it, or I don't care about it, I don't care for it, or I ain't even got shit to say about it. Like, I don't stand up for shit that I don't believe in. Now, I don't care that you're doing it, yo, I still love all people. But I'm not gonna be on the front lines at the fucking pride parade and holding up signs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let y'all do that shit, good for you, but don't be like, yo, you gotta fucking accept this shit.
But the
Yeah,
crazy thing is that you could go to those pride parades and stand front line and be an ally and be their biggest supporter, and then send out one tweet that they disagree with, and then you're public enemy number one.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
It's like, yeah, they don't say, see, like it's not even just trans people. It's Black Lives Matter. It's fucking the Me Too. It's all of that. It's people. It's people. It's always radicals in those groups, and it always goes to the front line of shit. Like, you have to be a radical to change it, but you gotta be thoughtful with your radicalness.
Side note. So in that mindset, just for reference, would you consider Martin Luther King a radical? I mean, we know Alex does.
Martin Luther King was absolutely a radical.
Besides him fucking white women.
No. I can't even say that he was a radical. The FBI already said it when they killed him.
I mean, but it's because, I mean, I don't know though, but he just wanted non-violence.
That's what they taught you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, but that was a general message.
That was a general message,
really
but it was.
I personally don't know the truth about anything because that's what they taught you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then everything, even science, all that shit get changed after 10, 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like, well, it wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby did give me the pills. Wait. That was like my dad, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, all this shit changed. Elmo out here touching little kids. Like, damn, yo, I used to watch this nigga Elmo. Like, all this shit gonna change. So, whatever they tell you, just be prepared to not believe that shit because somebody's gonna contest that shit 10, 15, 20 years down the line.
Do your own motherfucking research. That's really what you can do. I mean, because I feel like a lot of this, like I always say, the shit is out there. I mean, it's just a collective. The best way that I research is, I go through multiple sources and then try to piece together my own theory from all of that shit. And then, I mean, and it's a theory, but it's what you go by. That's what people need to understand. Like, nobody got all the fucking answers. Then when you think you know everything, then you try coming down, like, you're fucking wrong. Da, 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 da. And it's like, no. Like, I can't, like one thing, like, we go back to the training thing. I can admit that that's, like, gay people, I can't say that I get because I don't get it, but I understand liking the same sex. Like, okay, that's plausible to me, but to say that you're born something wrong, that you were meant to be somebody else, and then say you believe in God, that's kind of crazy to me. To say that, like, okay, I believe that my Creator makes no mistakes, but I was mistakenly born into this body. Like, I don't understand that. Like, but not to say, but I can't, but they really feel that type of way, possibly. Like, I don't know everything, but in my opinion, I would say that, I mean, it sounds crazy to me, but they should accept that because that's my opinion and I can't, you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be like, oh, that's an attack on me because you don't get that shit. How the fuck am I supposed to get that?
And see, that's the problem, is we're arguing two different things. They're arguing that everything that you're saying right now is transphobic because you're not saying that, because you're not accepting them as what they are. You're not saying you don't think that I'm a woman, so you're transphobic, and that's kind of like it's like no, I don't have a fear of you. I just like from most people. I don't have a fear of you. And some people do have a fear of them because I'm not. So imagine a big buff ass girl with titties and shit, trying to force themselves. like that's every nigga fear in jail.
Just imagine Terry Crews in a dress, nigga, just walk up on you.
It shouldn't even be no argument, you know, if you're fucking trans or whatever you prefer to do, just wake your ass up, go to work, do your daily, go home, I can work alongside the trans. Like, I know some ignorant ass people out there like, oh nah, fuck that, I can't be next to this person. Nah, nigga, you doing your job?
Do you? Like, yeah.
That's all that matters. We make our money, we go home. High five.
Yeah, cause like you really can't tell. Like I just started this job last week, nigga, and this little Spanish dude came walking in, and it's like, hey, this is Jay, da da da. He said, hi, Ye. And like a lot of fucking Spanish people call me Ye. I'm used to that, but the way that he said it was so feminine to me. And then this nigga walked up and put some shit into a purse. So I'm like, this nigga gay. It's in my head. I'm like, this nigga gay. He cool as a motherfucker, but this nigga is gay. No doubt about it. So then, the next day, I hear him talking, and I'm like, he like, yeah, so something about my wife, and this, and I'm like, is this a them wife, or what's going on? So, cool with the manager, so I talked to her, and I'm like, so, she's like, nah, he got a wife, he got a kid, he got all of this shit on me, so you can't really.
And that's another thing. I remember that video I sent you the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this trans person comes into Sonic.
I'm gonna explain it in detail. I'm gonna put it in the editing. I'm gonna explain it in a little more detail. I'm gonna put it in the editing.
Alright, so this trans person comes to Sonic, and then they cussing. She cussing out like the whole staff or whatever. And then the manager come and he talking to her, and he like. She's like, oh, with the problem, I don't really understand. She said, your people, they took my credit card, saw my name on it, was a man, it was a man's name. When they handed my credit card back, they called me sir.
Right.
And he's like, but I don't know why they would do that. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
And he's like, so what do you want me to be called? What do you want to call you? Like, I don't understand. Like, she's like, call me. She's like, it doesn't matter. And he's like, so I don't know what you want then. Like, basically.
You're not gonna tell me.
So then she's like, I shouldn't have to tell you. What do I look like? I am. He said. He said, I don't know.
No, he said a man.
He said a man. In fact, he said a man. He turned the camera around.
Yo, see that shit.
Look at that shit. And I couldn't fucking tell either.
No,
I mean, I thought I saw a woman.
I saw a muscly ass
Yeah,
face.
like I saw a manly ass woman, you know what I'm saying, but a woman nonetheless.
No,
One that I would never even think to look at in the first
I
place.
guarantee you that. I guarantee you in person.
Like,
that motherfucker know how to hit his angles right. He did that shit so well. However you want me, I'm supposed to say that shit. I'm sorry. That put the angles.
yeah, that shit was crazy.
But if you seen that motherfucker walk up for real, like, is this a dude? And then they hand you their fucking ID, and it says a male name. This is a motherfucking dude.
In your mind, you probably know what it means, so you're trying to say, man, I've been there before. It was a girl. And we'll say that, like, there was a customer, so they came, and I said, I'm in my mind, I'm like, don't call him a man, and I said, oh, no, don't call him sir, and then I was like, oh, well, when he come back, he said, who's he? I'm a woman, and I said, oh, shit, I'm so sorry, like, my bad, like, I apologize, but naturally, that's what your mind is gonna go, and it's not even meaning to do it. It's like you can't erase how people are brought up, because maybe 50 years from now, it's gonna be a normal thing where there are multiple genders and multiple things, and our kids, like our great grandkids, might know what that shit is and would understand all of that.
Right.
But nigga that grew up in the 90s, that shit is a little different for our
I don't know. The only reason that I like it's not so they go to this like I do believe in God. Like I know. So I don't believe everything that the Bible said. Basically, like I do believe the Bible, but I believe that they took shit out, they replaced shit to make it fit their narrative. But for the most part, besides stuff being omitted, I feel like it's actually telling the story that happened. I believe certain things. So me and him go back and forth all the time because he doesn't believe, like I don't really believe in evolution like that. I believe that things can mutate sometimes, which is some form of evolution. But I feel like what things that were created, were basically made that way. They didn't start from something like, I don't feel like we were monkeys at no time in life or no shit like that. So with that mindset, that's how I think completely as a whole. And so it's like, if I feel like a fucking, the science says that, okay, a giraffe started off with a short neck, but they needed to eat food, so it grew over centuries to get these leaves. And I believe that a giraffe was already created with a long neck. That's how I believe. So in my belief, I feel like things are what they were already meant to be, like what you are. Like, so it's harder for me to just accept that shit, and it's just like, oh yeah, you're supposed to just accept that randomly. But it's not about my beliefs just on them. It's my beliefs as a whole of the world. You get what I'm saying? So you have to look at it as a different, like, you can't just be one-sided, like, I'm not hateful, I don't give a fuck. That shit don't impact me in no kind of way. Like, I don't get, like...
Well, I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna just call them however they dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you dressed as a female and you a dude, and whatever the case, alright, she, her. If you a female and you think you a man, him.
But I was saying that to say that, because I'm gonna transition from this too, but I think that when it comes down to it, not the people that are suffering, I always try to preface stuff by saying that the people that are suffering by trying to discover the identity, the people going through the struggles, but the people that are using their plight for nefarious purposes and shit like that. I do feel like, for a long time, they always said that the black man was under attack and masculinity. But I kind of feel like being a woman is really being undersold. Like, it's just saying you could be a woman just like that. You're a woman, it takes a lot to be a woman. Like, women keep us on edge. I mean, women keep us together. A nigga might go explore, a nigga might be looking at that map like, fuck, I don't know where to go. She like, hun, did you ever think about just going this way? Like, fuck is you talking about, bitch? I'm not trying like the implanting wombs inside of males and trying to do all of that shit. Like, I don't think that shit's not going to work the right way. They can't, like, there's a certain kind of pain that a woman can take. There's a certain type of, it's just different. And that's why women are beautiful. Like, this is a whole side note. I don't think that, a lot of people say that women are God because of the creation thing, but I don't believe that, because women are fucking crazy. Which I just gave y'all fucking sugar, and now we going to the fucking salt, goddammit. So I'm transitioning into what do these women, females, bitches, whatever your preference or how you take this, want from us. And I'm the only single one here, so I'm probably going to be the only one on the ledge here. But what I really mean by that is, ultimately, as a male, from your perspective, what is it that you think that your female or female in general want? Like, what is it, the main thing that they want from you?
They want the 50s and the 60s. They want that man that's gonna go out and do it all, no matter how independent they claim to be. While they even hold a job, but they paycheck, go to, some red bottoms, something, nice dress, hair, nails, while you go and you make sure they take care of the bills and all the kids is good and all that good shit. Like, that's what the women want. But at the same time, I personally don't have a problem with taking care of a woman, even to the point of you ain't even gotta work. Like, if I had it like that, I wouldn't even care as long as she respect who I am and what I'm doing.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one that's taking care of all the bills. I don't even really too much ask of nothing from you because I take care of myself. But just respect what I'm doing and everything that's going on, and you good. Play your position like you supposed to do. Like, I ain't even ask you to cook, clean, and do dishes and wash clothes, because I can do all of that too. You know what I'm saying? Just love me like I love you, how I'm taking care of all this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, my thing is, like, I'm about to go on fucking that's for real. Alright, so, like, I've been single for a minute, and then my last couple relationships, I had ups and downs. I mean, I ain't gonna go there past the past. My current basis is my relationship with my fucking baby moms. Now, me and my baby mother, we haven't fucked around in probably 6-7 years. Like, I'm one of them niggas I can really say, like, I don't fuck with my baby mom. But we've been cool off and on. You know what I'm saying? But we cool when I'm good. Like when I'm good, I always make sure I do extra. I make sure I do what I can do. Even like she don't even have to ask me. It's clockwork. Boom, boom, boom. But then when I'm like, all right, I'm fucked up right now. I'm trying to get together. I need you to. That's when you want to put your foot down on me and belittle me and kick me while I'm down. But I was just your best friend, motherfucker. When I'm good, it's like how like. That shit don't, and then it's like, you know who a motherfucker is. Like, you know what I mean? You know who a person is. Like, I'm the type of, like, I'm a creator. I'm grinding. Everything I do is leading to a grad. Like, I got a job, I work, I do what the fuck I gotta do. But ultimately, since I was a teenager, since nigga triple threat and all that shit, you know what I mean? Triple threat and hotness, was that shit? That's that.
Holy shit.
Since that shit, nigga, I had it in my head, like, I can't take that regular route. And I'm getting older, but that shit, like, I'm in my prime, like, I never stopped. I got all kind of shit. So it's like, that's what I put my effort into. That's what the fuck I expect to pay off. Like, if I quit now, what the fuck was all that shit for? All the money, all this shit, all that, like, I gotta keep it going. I gotta keep my feeling together. You can't fault me for fucking being me. I mean, then it's just like, yeah, then these bitches want you to chase their ass crazy. It's just... I knew it was... You just kicked your Dutch, too. I know, she was just sitting out there for mad long with that engine just...
I wonder what that was. I thought it was like a generator. Hey, look, I'm in the booth too right now.
But yeah,
I be knowing.
well, I said, but these bitches be wanting to chase. It's like, motherfucker out there. Wow, I don't know what you want. Like, I understand, like how you said they want, besides the 50s and 60s, like the courting and all that shit, I mean, the actually taking care of everything. And them niggas is beating the shit out their wives. So them niggas had a hard day at the factory. Them niggas come home drunk, like, I pay for all of this shit, bitch. Don't use my goddamn phone.
Well,
all of that
go
shit.
back to that too.
but shit. I don't know, man. I ain't really a chaser. If I want something, I'll try to go get it. But after a while, I don't want that shit no more. Like, it's like, man, you do too much chasing on shit. You know what I mean? Like you get tired. Like, what? You keep running, but you like, go ahead. like,
It's a crazy generational gap, right? Nowadays, they want what, their granddad and grandmother had, but what they actually witnessed was what their mother and father didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me?
Yeah, that's, yeah.
And what they gonna base on is stories being told or just seeing the grandparents together still to this day or whatever the case may be. I mean, so they don't even have a true image of what that actually was. Like you said, granddad was beating on grandma back in the 50s, 60s. You know what I mean? Like, shit is crazy. Like, what they want know what I mean? Like I said, I'd love to give it to you, but you don't respect it, you don't get it.
It's just like the on Instagram how now women they see the highlight reels on Instagram and they feel like that's what relationship supposed to be, but they don't see the inside of that relationship, how that he really cheating and he like really like they situation is really fucked up. But they also it also might be that like that for the previous generation. Like you see how your grandparents are now, you don't see how they was when they was our age.
I get you, yo. All these chicks on social media is damn near naked. Like, yo, how you putting that you worth it? And you deserve a good man. This, that, and the third. They got all these memes and stuff about, oh, this is what a man should be for a woman, and good this, good that, good this, good that, good everything. It's like, dang, y'all just tapped on a story, the next story was you with a damn towel on, you know what I'm saying? Like, mad cleavage and skin showing, like, come on, man.
I used to have to talk to you back in the day to get that picture. You know what I mean? Like, that type shit. Like, yeah, but it go back to the freedom of expression and how much people have to participate in other people's shit. So, like, again, I'm going to reiterate this because I feel like it's important. The trans and gay community has to understand that a lot of this stuff isn't double standard. And I'm going to go off course for a second when I say how they, like, okay, so the Lizzo thing. Lizzo came out half naked, and what she does a lot. And people think it's because she's big that it doesn't look, is distasteful. But it does look sloppier on a bigger person. That's a fact. That's something that you can't take away, and people can't. I mean, it does. I mean, it honestly does. But I seen a pic. They tried to make a comparison and said they showed a picture of Rihanna. Rihanna is sexy as a motherfucker, but it still looks trashy. You know what I mean? Like she looks good. Like it looks good because her figure is a little more intact, but it still does. It's like, why would you? I mean, like, I don't see a double standard. They be like, oh, Lil Nas X is they mad because Lil Nas X is gay. That's why they upset that he kissed the dude on stage and da da da. When they swept it under the rug, but there was an outrage when Cardi B and Meg did that WAP performance and they was dry humping on stage. People did outrage about that.
Bruh. But, like, I don't know what the protection is with this nigga Lil Nas X. But I don't know if this is a real tweet or not, but the other day it was a capture of one of his tweets. He said, this gay shit cool and all, but I miss pussy. Like,
he say shit like that all the time. He just took a picture the other day when he said this was all a joke. He was kissing boy to kiss a girl. It was like, yo, what the fuck? But he can do that. I mean, that's the thing. As being an artist, that's the one thing that hurts me the most about this industry is that it's all smoke and mirrors. Like even R.I.P. MF Doom, but it's a blueprint of both things. Like
have you ever
it.
seen his face?
No.
Oh yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you can create a whole character,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just sell that character. Which business is art? Not to mention, I was thinking another side note about a thing about Syracuse that really been bothering me lately is that, and it's not our fault, but we gotta get over that shit. People love to talk and say what you should do when it comes to creating or how you should do shit and or attacking a person for saying this, and then you get into these brawls. Like somebody was talking, they got into it about one person saying features aren't important, ain't gonna get you nowhere doing too much, and then the other dude took it to offense because he made a status about reaching out to do features with other people. Then everybody arguing about, some other people talking about, I hope you're not doing features with people for free, and you're not doing this and that. And at the end of the day, everything that they're doing is to emulate something else, and they're forgetting that the art in it. They're forgetting oh, I want to work with this person because sonically it makes sense. I don't give a fuck if nobody else hears this shit right now
Yeah,
because,
that should be the.
like, you know what I mean? Like, sonically,
You just make
it makes sense. Like, it like, and the whole, and that's what Jay-Z first album was. He made it for his hood and for him, and then people flocked to it because it was natural, it was passionate. It was, you know what I mean? Like, even me, I listen to my shit and my bars is on tag. I'm nice and like I make music, but that passion ain't the same because it's all for gearing towards a business type of thing. It's like I'm doing this for a purpose. It's all calculated. It's not the love and the fun of this shit no more. And as a whole, we not anywhere. Nobody in Syracuse has made it without a fucking label. So like until we create, like, I mean, so until they create that own type of that, and we create our own way, somebody do that shit, is really like nobody need to be poking out their chest. Everybody got accolades. Everybody got shit that they can, I mean, that they can hold on. And I held on to my accolades for so damn long, and the shit that I count at the end of the day, that shit don't mean shit. The fact that I'm nicer than you niggas don't mean shit. You know I do that. But is what I mean, like it's the art, man. Like the art gotta be saved. Cause it's really losing meaning. Hip hop is dying slowly. Like right now, I'm missing KRS-One and not Rakim, but Big Daddy Kane. Should have been Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, but whatever. But that's the real essence of hip hop. But I'm doing this because this is what I love to do. This is my job, da da da. But that time was so real. It was different. We were fighting. We were speaking. We had a voice. We wanted our voice, and we were just happy to be in a space where we had a voice to do anything. Niggas forget that all of this shit is a privilege at the end of the day. I mean, it's like, I mean, like, not everybody, I mean, it's not no more, though, I guess. It's really not. Like, not everybody could do this shit back in the day. Now everybody can just go to the studio and just do some shit and just...
Easy and NWA came along. Started talking that gangster shit. I mean, even though NWA was talking about, you know, saying, fighting against the police and shit, black power and shit like that, like, they was just still on some gangster shit. They was talking about riding the ops at the same time. Like, and that changed the whole dynamic of rap. And ever since then, niggas been killing niggas.
The dynamic of rap changed once it became corporate. Once white people got their hands on it. It started with Rapper's Delight.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah, but then that, cause...
Once they realized what they could make off of gangbanging...
Yeah. They push that.
It got crazy.
Yeah, that there did went crazy real fast. Everybody was a gangster rapper. Everybody if they're a rapper, they even built like that.
We love to like paint this picture like the 90s was the toughest time, but niggas was dancing back then and just having fun. Like if it's beef, it was fights. Like niggas, most niggas getting was jumped, maybe stabbed.
The only reason that the 90s was the toughest time was because the 90s had a code. And if you went off code, you was looked at like,
yeah, niggas was like, what the
fuck is wrong with this loony ass
yeah.
nigga? Now everybody just trying to be loony. That was the nigga that nobody fuck with back in the day. Like, yo, this crazy motherfucker gonna shoot at everything. I'm not taking that nigga nowhere. He just gonna shoot for no reason. Like,
man, this nigga bugged out. He popping perks and all that shit. I ain't fucking with this nigga.
I'm not going nowhere with this motherfucker. Like, now that's everybody in the goddamn car. Nigga just high. They probably about to shoot at each other. Oh. I thought you was an op, nigga. Like doing stupid shit, bro. Like
it happens. It just happens. Shit.
Word,
Like it's crazy. Niggas be wild out, bugging out. Shit probably ain't even high. Just crazy.
but that leads me into another topic of. Oh, and I do love y'all, ladies. Y'all just get on my goddamn nerves, and I got sidetracked, so I ain't finished that rant, but I'll probably have another one bubbling up for you motherfuckers. But yeah, how toxic is our culture?
Which culture? Black people or hip hop or?
Do you separate those two?
I feel like it kind of Yeah, because not every black person is into like all right, every artist that comes out, if they're black, they're automatically cast as a hip hop artist, no matter if they're singing or what fuck they're doing. But the average black person born in Kansas, he's not automatically into hip hop.
So I guess also hip hop culture. But I don't really want to say, I don't like, because I've been researching a lot of old rock stars lately too.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
And they're fucking, but I don't feel like their music might not have been as toxic, but their lifestyles.
extremely. Niggas is drinking piss off the floor at that and throwing TVs out of the top floors of fucking hotel buildings and
And sniffing lines of ants and shit.
yeah,
Niggas be
biting
tripping.
their heads off.
Psychotic, the fucking rock stars are.
Is human culture toxic?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, literally. I honestly believe that we're a plague on the earth.
I mean, that's true physically, because we destroy the earth and the earth will flourish if we weren't around.
But just look at every comment section as well. Like, not only do we destroy the earth, physically, but people are destroying people's mental.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
saying the most toxic shit that they can. Sometimes it'll be the strangest shit, and you be like, they all saying like something very similar to the effect. And it's like, wait, hold on a second, like, how is your algorithms putting together?
Everybody's saying, fuck you, suck, fuck you, kill
When
yourself.
I wrote the word prostitute the other day, and Facebook gave me 30 days in effects. I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah, right.
So they can basically tell somebody to go jump off a building and kill themselves. But I write prostitute, and boom, 30 days.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, right?
And then your algorithms, they put together, boom, 10 of them in a row.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know, cause like some shit, like you just gotta have a backbone in the sense of humor, cause like what I be thinking is like you can tell niggas never read when they was younger nowadays. Cause like even Lil Kim being mad at 50, like taking it to that extreme, that shit was funny as fuck to me, man. I can't. You know what I'm talking about, when she was stepping back all weird, looking at them, the leprechaun in
Yo, 50
the
a bully,
sick.
man. 50 is a bully.
And honestly, they probably had beef before he posted that
Yeah,
shit.
but
No,
you
no,
know,
They
he
been
said-
had beef.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
ever
yeah.
since Magic Stick. They been had beef.
Yeah.
20 years now, like, almost.
But I don't
He a
know.
bully.
That's
But
what
You'd be a lot madder at a nigga that you don't like when they rip on you.
as funny as it was, that nigga's a bully. Like,
That
bro,
shit was
every
hilarious.
time, bro. Like,
But what do
every
you?
single time.
So while we on that subject, do you think they know what they be doing in their face? Like, what the fuck? What is that shit? I don't
It'd be an
understand.
accident. They be having one who do one thing, and it's always a risk that's just you gonna come out.
So every time, like, you ain't see, like, it's like niggas started smoking crack. It's like you ain't see this motherfucker with no teeth after a while. Like you seen this bitch face like she put on the mask.
Keep going and going and going. Like, why you went back so many times? You should have left it at the first one.
Right.
Rooms, still acceptable.
People be beautiful, they just be fucking up. Like, they don't want to age gracefully. Our people age beautifully. Like, I don't understand. Just take care of yourself.
That shit be looking like a
Everybody
whole-
got, and then they got money, nigga. Like, you got money, you can drink the best fucking water, nigga. You can use the best fucking lotions. You can, I mean, you can just swim in the best water type shit, nigga. Like, what the fuck do you need to get all these shots and shit for? And I don't even understand. A comedian said women need to stop. I forgot what comedian said, but women need to stop getting breast shots, getting their breasts done. He's like, cause God gave you the breasts that you were supposed to have for which your life. And he's like, you know what I mean? You have a small baby. You're supposed to have small titties. You know, have big titties. You end up crushing the baby and type of shit like that. But what he was saying, like on a bigger scale, is like you were made for a purpose. Like, and that's how I really feel. Like, and it goes back to whatever. Like, once I stopped competing, like I was saying about earlier, I started feeling a little more free in my creativity because I'm not competing with nobody. I'm trying to be the best me. I'm paving out my lane. It's like you take pride in who you are and do what you do at the best of your abilities. I'm competing with me because I know where I slip up and I'm like, okay, nigga, you gotta be better. You gotta do that shit better, faster, more efficient. You gotta do that shit more organized. You gotta da da da. It's not like it's not like then if oh, I'm gonna crush these niggas. You know what I'm saying? When I say that I'm gonna crush these niggas, I'm never thinking rap niggas. I'm thinking I'm putting you rap niggas, you fans, haters, all of them into one big ass thing. I'm crushing everybody. That's how I feel. A nigga that ain't never touched a fucking microphone. I'm trying to, like, that's how I feel about it. Like, it's not a competitive thing no more like that to that aspect. Like, I get proud, like, even, I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna say this on fucking camera. I don't give a fuck what happens. Talking about how psychotic the fucking rock stars are. Is human culture toxic? Yes. No, literally. I honestly believe that we're a plague on the earth. I mean, that's true physically because we destroy the earth and the earth would flourish if we weren't around.
But just look at every comment section as well. Like, not only do we destroy the earth, you know, physically, but people are destroying people's mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying the most toxic shit that they can. And sometimes it'll be a string of shit, and you be like, they all saying like something very similar to the effect. And it's like, wait, hold on a second. Like, how is your algorithms putting together?
Everybody's saying, fuck you suck, fucking kill yourself.
When I wrote the word prostitute the other day, and Facebook gave me 30 days in the feds. I'm like, hold on a second.
You're right.
So they can basically tell somebody to go jump off a building and kill themselves. But I write prostitute, and boom, 30 days.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
And then your algorithms, they put together, boom, 10 of them in a row.
But I don't know, cause like some shit, like you just gotta have a backbone in the sense of humor, cause like what I be thinking is like you could tell niggas never read when they was younger nowadays. Cause like even Lil Kim being mad at 50, like taking it to that extreme, that shit was funny as fuck to me, man. I can't. You know what I'm talking about when she was stepping back going weird looking at the leprechaun nigga
bully,
sick.
man. 50 is a bully.
And honestly, they probably had beef before he posted that.
Yeah,
shit.
but you
No,
know,
they
he
been
said
had beef. Ever since Magic Stick, they been had beef. 20 years now, like almost.
But I don't
He a
know.
bully.
That's
but
what
You be a lot madder at a nigga that you don't like when they rip on you.
as funny as it was, that nigga's a bully. Like, dude,
That
bro,
shit was
every
hilarious.
time, bro. Like,
But what do
every
you?
single time.
So while we on that subject, do you think they know what they be doing in their face? Like what the fuck? What is that shit? I don't understand.
Accidents, they be having one thing, and it's always a risk that just you gonna come out.
So every time, like you ain't see like it's like niggas started smoking crack. It's like you ain't see this motherfucker with no teeth after a while. Like you seen this bitch face like she put on the mask.
Keep going and going and going. Like, why you went back so many times? You should have left it at the first one.
Right.
Boom, still acceptable.
People be beautiful, they just be fucking up like they don't want to age gracefully. Our people age beautifully. Like I don't understand. Just take care of yourself.
No shit, I could look like
Everybody got, and then they got money, nigga. Like you got money, you could drink the best fucking water, nigga. You can use the best fucking lotions. You can, I mean, you can just swim in the best water type shit, nigga. Like what the fuck do you need to get all these shots and shit for? And I don't even understand. A comedian said women need to stop. I forgot what comedian said, but women need to stop getting breast shots. Getting a breast done. He's like, cause God gave you the breast that you were supposed to have for which you can get life. And he's like, you know what I mean? You have a small baby, you're supposed to have small titties. You don't have big titties. You end up crushing the baby and type shit like that. But what he was saying, like on a bigger scale, it's like you were made for a purpose. Like, and that's how I really feel. Like, and it goes back to whatever. Like I stopped competing. like I was saying about earlier, I started feeling a little more free in my creativity because I'm not competing with nobody. I'm trying to be the best me. I'm paving out my lane. It's like you take pride in who you are and do what you do at the best of your abilities. I'm competing with me because I know where I slip up and like, okay, nigga, you gotta be better. You gotta do that shit better. You faster, more efficient. You gotta do that shit more organized. You gotta da da da. It's not like it's not like then it's like, oh, I'm gonna crush these niggas. Even when I say that I'm gonna crush these niggas, I'm never thinking rap niggas. I'm thinking I'm putting you rap niggas, you fans, haters, all of them into one big ass thing. I'm crushing everybody. That's how I feel. A nigga that ain't never touched a fucking microphone. I'm trying to, like that. That's how I feel about it. Like it's not a competitive thing no more like that to that aspect. Like I get proud. Like even I'm gonna say like I don't consider Tusi a rapper, but I did feel pride playing him one day at the spot listening because somebody from our town made it. But he's not a rapper.
He's a singer.
Yeah. I've never really heard his music, so I don't even know what to say about it. I think I've heard one song
He makes
that
good
somebody's
music.
playing, but other than that, I would have to hear him.
He's a singer, but like I was saying earlier about all black people that make music, they're gonna put him in the hip hop category.
Is it good music though?
No, not great music.
Yeah, he made good music.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
as long as he making good music, then cool. Like, and that's all that matters. Like, if it was like some trash, then it would be like, alright, maybe like, chill out. But nah, if he making good music, then he making good music.
Yeah, shit, it's all love. And his brother, shout out to his brother. That nigga DJ make dope ass music too.
I'm gonna do it.
He ain't getting-
Is he on Apple Music?
Shit, he around here.
Yeah, but so that take me too about being toxic and how people take stuff to a certain way. I seen somebody post Meek Mill's last exes and then said that you see he likes light skinned women, but he has naked dark skinned women on his tour bus. And everybody's mad, like the naked, like the design and the painting, and they saying that he doesn't appreciate women and this and that. But mind you, Meek Mill is a rapper. He's not Picasso. He didn't paint the shit. He said, I like this. Probably paid the motherfucker off to get that piece of art. And even though he wrapped around his tour bus because he's marketing his album, and that's his album thing.
But also, like,
And y'all show y'all asses anyway.
yeah, but also like first of all, he representing. Yeah, he putting dark skinned women out there and showing that just because you fucked with light skinned women in the past and he never fucked with a dark skinned woman before. That's stupid just to think that every public relationship that he has is every relationship he has.
What would they say if the characters, because that's what they aren't real people, they're like squares and triangles and shit. What would they say if they were blue or if they were purple or some shit like that? I feel like they would still have a problem or say some shit, they would still have an issue. Like everybody's so goddamn sensitive. I don't understand what the fuck is going on no more. Like who gives a fuck? I when I was younger, I drove through Freaknik. Then go pick up my nana, rest in peace, and Hassan and them from the bus station. I seen a bitch on top of a tour bus in a skirt with no panties, just. Mind you, I'm in elementary school, nigga. Like niggas get crazy, they get loose. Like I don't understand. Like it's part of our fucking culture, honestly. Like not saying it's a good part of our culture, but to say that, like a nigga that talks about sex, a nigga that like he got like. What if Hugh Hefner did that shit? Would somebody have a problem with that shit?
I feel like they should have the freedom to.
Yeah, they want to be able to do it, right? But not having to play a negative light with a man is going to be able to judge it. Like, they want to do that shit in privacy. That's all that is.
Yeah. And I feel like they should have that. They should be able to express themselves when they want to and how they want to. But if you're doing it in a public setting you should know that the energy you're attracting. Like if your whole entire Instagram feed is nothing but naked pictures, and all you talk about on Facebook all day is like for a big dick nigga or some crazy. I be seeing some crazy shit going on like on Facebook, and I just be disgusted. Like
I remember one day when I was younger, we went to go pick my sister up from her school dance. She was in middle school, going 11. Nigga, we walked up in that bitch, me and my mother. Yeah, these motherfuckers up in there grinding on each other and shit, mad, just like, yo. We like, yo, what the fuck going on up here, yo? Like, this shit was crazy, bro. Like, and they was in middle school, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
shit, you remember Maddie though? That was like elementary.
Nigga, think about in 6th grade, nigga. I don't know, I was in Georgia in 6th grade, but as soon as that doom, 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 Cash Money taking over for the 992,000, nigga. I'm up against the wall, like, ooh.
hoes used to go nuts.
Young though, that shit,
Everybody
we
went
was
to
young,
that
nigga.
shit,
Young as
Ja
fuck.
Rule shit with, who that? Lil Mo Vita.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Start screaming.
Uchiwali, nigga. That
Yes.
we was 13, nigga. That was yeah.
Like, alright, but, like, I mean, I know I'm into it, but, like, damn, yo. Like, you don't even think about it. Like, man, I got 4 daughters now. Like,
Yeah, that changes the perspective of shit.
like, damn, yo. My boy's 13, boy. I ain't trying to have her out here at these school dances, grinding up on no little ass boy. Like, he
So-
said, boy, ain't no way, boy.
So I got 2 questions, and I'm gonna see which one I want to ask first. So, who's your celebrity crush, and do you think if you were in a financial position or in this like an equal position that you can get them?
Shit, you gotta go first. I don't.
All right, well, there's one that I feel like I probably couldn't is Ashanti. But, you know, I got a thing for Sin, I got a thing for light skinned Keisha. And even though light skinned Keisha has a man, I feel like he's gay, so I feel like I actually probably could have a chance with her. And I don't know about Sin, but I don't want to say that about my baby, but if I had enough money and enough fame, I probably
Joe
could.
Buddenson?
Yeah, see, don't say, cause Joe's my, Joe's my nigga, Joe's my, I didn't know this nigga, but his music got me through a lot of shit. His podcast taught me mad shit, his shows, all of that shit, even though I don't fuck with Joe right now, cause they did the Rory and all, but
That interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson, I ain't watched him in a minute because I can't watch
I still
the
be
show.
listening to his music though.
Yeah, of course I could listen to the music. I just can't watch the show because it's just not. It don't give me the same feeling. It's just like it don't give me the same feeling it used to though. It's just like I'm walking into a room with strangers now. I ain't walking to a room with friends. Like how I felt like I was before.
So
But that interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson was fire. You gotta watch that shit.
alright, so before so I asked that, and then in conjunction with that, what do you consider to? Oh no, anybody else answer?
Oh, I'm picking. I don't really want no celebrity like that. I used to like Megan Good. Oh nah, and the girl was talking about earlier from DOW, the Spanish one.
Oh
Yeah, I had a crush on her since she was on Disney Channel.
Oh, you kind of practice,
I
you
can't even honestly think of no celebrity crush. Like, nah, I mean, like, I ain't gonna say it ain't a few that I think, but it ain't a few that I think, you know, look good or whatever the case may be. But, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't think, like, I'm crushing any of them. Because it's like, at where I'm at this point in my life, like, I ain't about to see him no time soon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I mean, like, now, if even, I don't know, maybe even if I was in their world, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I would seek them out, you know what I'm saying? Like, if some shit had happened, but like, where I'm at right now, there's no point in me doing that, like.
I'm saying Quavo got Sweetie by when he went in her inbox and put what was it, a money bag or ice, some shit like that.
Oh, she put an ice or something. He put ice and she put Roman noodles, some shit like that.
And then they just. That's the world. Like it's not really impossible. Like that's why people be thinking like, but I was setting that up to ask, what do you consider a male groupie?
Oh, so most male groupies be groupies to other males.
You think? I like that. Well,
Like a lot of
That's
times,
true.
a lot of times they be like, Fam runs up on Jay-Z and does this and like they'll have a nigga that don't like you and they'll call him a fan and like they'll say like they did this and like that's not a fan, that's a groupie, that's a nigga that just saw you and wanted some of your fame.
Oh, it's like that on a more local level too. My nigga get mad money. My nigga get
One thing
mad
about
money.
me, I don't give a fuck about what the next nigga doing. I don't call no other nigga big homie,
Or fucking him.
big bro, big nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? What's good, bro? Like, what's good, my dude? Like, what's good, homie? Like, you ain't big nothing to me. Like, I respect you, but like, nah. Like, I don't feel like nobody bigger than me. I ain't bigger than nobody, but I ain't, what up, big bro? So this big homie right there, like,
See, Reed is the only person that I would call big. Like I call him my big brother, but it's only because he's like I'm the oldest, and he is like the big brother that I never wanted. So like, but he taught me a lot of shit. So in that aspect, I give him that. But I'm not just going around because nigga got clout when a nigga just like ain't nobody. And even that, Reed no. Reed get on my goddamn nerves. I'm like, listen, motherfucker. I love you, but you getting on my goddamn nerves right now. Ain't nobody sunning my ass. It's just a endearment thing. I don't use it in that. Like, it was my baby mom's. Like, her, when we was together, I'm in Jersey, and her uncle big as fuck. Like, he called me scrap. And I hear when people call me that shit, like, I have a thing about this shit. And it surprised me because I'm a lot tougher now than I was when I was younger. But when he said that shit to me, and I was like, I ain't just scrap. So then everybody was like, da da da. So then he called me outside. Well, her brother like, yo, you better tell him da da da. I'm like, nigga, I don't know what you know what I mean? Like, so then he brought me outside and he be talking and shit. This nigga big as fuck too, but he like yeah this and I ain't mean no disrespect, but I'm the head around here and that. I'm like, well, honestly, like I've been the man in my house since I was in fucking 3rd grade. Like ain't nobody, I don't have no male that's over me like that. And I'm like, I ain't mean no disrespect, but you just not gonna little man me like that.
word.
Know what I mean? So, but he respected it. Like when he see me now, like as long like he might hear a little shit if me and my baby mom's beefing, and he might give me a little look with a little smirk or like, but for the most part, me and my baby mom's good type shit. So and that's all I would expect him to be that way anyway. Like I mean, he don't know a full story, but if you hear it, but it's a respect thing still. In the end of it. Cause I don't play that shit. Like I don't. What the fuck?
I done had some uncles try to flex on me. Tell me straight up, like, yo, that ain't even necessary. Like, you know what I mean? Like, relax. Everybody just chill. I ain't the guy that you gotta speak to like that. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta flex. Like, that's your niece, okay? Understood. As it should be right off the rip. Ain't no need to, you know what I'm saying? I'll kill for her.
Right. Cause she calling me daddy, not you.
Okay, either way. Alright, that's cool, as you should. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta tell me? Like, like I might end up having to kill for her one day myself. Like, shit, you never know. Like, but you know, they won't put that pressure on you or whatever. It's whatever. Like, I had a moment.
Dating it seems like it's just a headache, man. Nowadays, like I'm tired of being single with that shit. Just like even down to fucking cuddling, we get to sucky into fucking cuddling. They get to sit there, our arms be all fucking tired, circulate the fucking shit. They just be laying on that shit. Then you got this one over here, you don't know what to do with that shit. Like even if you cuff that one,
Like,
I'm
where do
like,
I go?
God damn.
Like, I'm confined to your whole body by just my arm. Like,
I don't like sleeping on my back, but just lay on my chest, goddamn it. So, I mean, do the Scarface one time.
Right. And I found the cheat code when it get hot. You just put your legs in there with their legs, and then she'll think that you like y'all cuddling, but you be right here like chilling, your arms still awake and shit.
But I sleep with my head under the covers anyway, so eventually they want me to get away anyway. I'm happy. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to be under the covers.
Nigga, that's how that's for.
The sucky part about it is when they rub up against you and get you horny as fuck and then fall asleep. Like, you don't wake me up just to fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I gotta
wish
wake
AJ
you
was
back
here
up.
for that one.
I'm glad he not here for that one.
I wish he was. But
Now I gotta wake you back up.
it depends on my mood if I wake him up or not.
Nah, I'm always. Like, girl, tell you, like, I'm always, like, find a way in one way or the other. Like, I'm here. Like,
Sometimes
look at this.
Sometimes I be plotting like women be mad about niggas playing the game and shit like that. I think I ain't thinking about you. I'm like, as soon as I beat this motherfucker, I'm gonna tear that ass up. She just don't even know.
Right,
just
sitting
sit
there
there, be
mad.
patient.
I'm like,
Don't say nothing
I'm
to piss me
thinking,
off.
I'm waiting. I'm just
Yeah,
let me
I just
this nigga
gotta
ass
finish this.
stop distracting me.
Yeah,
Acting from okay. I'm just trying to whip this nigga ass real quick.
and it's on. It's on. But to switch to a serious note real quick. Kyrie.
I don't know if I can honestly take that serious, but I mean,
Why can't you take it serious?
because I just think that this whole thing is, it's just funny. Like, nigga, if you don't want to get vaccinated, arrange that you play the 41 games away.
Then he wasn't trying to let him do that. He said I had to play.
Lose out on your 15 million or whatever for the 41 games at home, and bang, bam, boom, be done with it. Like, why are we still talking about this a whole month later?
The thing is that I feel like they're called. Man, that fucking bong still went. But the thing is that they saying that he's selfish and is like painting the whole picture, and they're not paying attention to all of the shit that he actually has did and contributed throughout his career. And it's like, because he doesn't want to make a decision that y'all trying to force on him, it shouldn't erase. That's just like people, man. This
Both sides are being stubborn.
yeah.
But at the same time, like, I feel like we really got to give it up to people like him and LeBron James, because they really came in the league and, like, they shifted a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they making moves and shit that, like, other players have never been able to do before as just a player.
Right.
LeBron damn near a GM. Like, he
I want
damn
him.
near- He damn near the front office for every team he played for.
What you mean we ain't got the cap space? Make it.
You know, right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, just take another $4 million off my cut. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh, we gotta get him too. All right, take two more off.
I can
Cut the
afford it.
little niggas off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he damn near a GM now. Like, niggas wasn't doing that shit back in the 90s. Jordan, he wasn't doing that. Like,
Yeah, no.
know what I mean? And I ain't trying to go into the whole Jordan LeBron debate. Like, we all know Jordan,
that nigga,
LeBron, then Kobe. I don't care what nobody say. We can have that debate. But Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. But what I'm saying is,
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
nobody was doing that in the 90s. Because Kobe comes in third. Only because he was just a direct copy of Jordan. So it was like, I can't put you in second after I already saw you before. But I'll give you third.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You still in the top three.
But why we on in the NBA? Who done more random shit out of Shaq and Snoop Dogg?
See, I don't know, because Shaq got a PhD. He's a police officer.
Sheriff now.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole sheriff, like of a county.
Yeah.
In Miami, like that's some random ass shit.
Random as fuck. But this nigga Snoop Dogg cooking with Martha Stewart became her fucking best friend. Like they besties to talk on the phone.
Yeah, Snoop.
I seen this nigga with the little beard, hip hop fucking beard. This nigga Snoop Dogg played basketball too. This nigga an actor.
He a
Or
football.
football.
He's a
Yo,
Snoop Dogg's think about it, he's a what you call him villain. He's not a I can't say super villain, but like Chucky and Freddy and all of them. He's a monster basically. And but from the Bones movie.
yeah, yo, that was a good movie.
Hell yeah, I need to find that shit.
Word. Yo, I'm glad you said that shit. Yeah, I'm about to have to watch that.
There was something weird about that movie to me.
One chick though.
Shit,
Yeah.
Shit, Snoop was a whole fucking reggae artist, and then a gospel. He dropped a gospel album.
But Shaq rap too. Shaq got a song, got two songs with Big
Shaq
Nick
nice as fuck.
on some songs.
Yeah. Kazam. Kazam is fire. When I was a kid, that was my shit. I don't give a fuck. Nobody said. I never. They used to clown that shit like on TV and shit. When they see Shaq, they be like, "Yeah, but don't forget you make Kazam or some shit like that." I'm like, nigga, what? Shit, nigga,
I am Kazam.
I don't even remember that movie. Like I've seen it,
Nah,
but I ain't.
that was back when you had a VCR.
I ain't
Yeah,
seen
that
it.
shit.
Like
We had
that was
tape.
one of the movies I never got into as a kid.
I had that shit on tape. I watched that shit every other day.
I was a Free Willy type of nigga. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what's the shit? Home Alone.
Oh yeah, Home Alone was fire. I had the Lion King. Nah,
Yeah,
the Sky,
wait.
Master of the Skies was my shit.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Why, before we skip over fucking Home Alone, let's just say that if Macaulay Culkin character was black, he would have been in the fucking foster home before the second movie. They would have called CPS on that family a long fucking time ago.
Fact.
What's his name? Kevin?
Yeah.
Cavante?
I think they had all the tricks.
Run.
They had every trick in the book.
Quick. See if you can see where they live.
But just imagine if it was a black kid and what his like.
He would have went to jail for fucking up the two white robbers.
It is straight. They were trying to rob your house,
You sure you live here, boy?
and you took action upon yourself. So you're under arrest. You should have just waited for us to get here.
Alright, you set this man on fire.
Right, he really did.
Yeah, he
Set
told
that
me that
motherfucker
movie,
on. He electrocuted the other motherfucker too. Like, if this wasn't a movie, them motherfuckers both would have been dead.
Hell yeah.
For
More than once.
real. Mad long in the beginning of that shit.
But how many movies? I know Home Alone branched off and it was a different character, but how many movies was Macaulay Culkin in? After a while, I'd have been like, man, fuck you, mom. Fuck you, dad. Like,
Oh no, not again.
Nah, he was only in
Like
2 of them.
3, I think.
Nope, I don't.
Home Alone 3.
I think like an Olsen kid or something was like in the third one. He might have been in the third one,
Yo, it's Home Alone is like the trapped in the closet of the movies. That should just keep going.
Speaking of trapped in the closet, R. Kelly ass has been found guilty.
And they took all his music off of YouTube.
That was kind of
That's
stupid.
kind of, yeah, that was dumb.
I don't like, you gotta separate, like, okay, so, alright. The reason why I feel like they always say separate art from the artist, but And they be like, why should you? But sometimes those artists have family members who have nothing to do with their rapey and nasty ways that probably benefit from those streams and from those sales. And because their dad's a nasty fuck, they can no longer a nasty creative fuck who would still been able to provide for them if everybody wasn't on this bandwagon and shit of just canceling shit for whatever. Because I get the urge to listen to R. Kelly shit all the time. It just don't hit the same to me because I understand who he is talking to.
Yeah, and see, and for me, I wouldn't just go listen to R. Kelly, but I would go watch Trap in the Closet because that shit is fucking hilarious.
Yo, when I
But
seen that shit again the other like couple months ago, I just was like, yo, this nigga is a fucking genius. He's psychotic. He's so genius that he's a fucking
that
psycho.
nigga, you could tell that nigga was nuts.
Nuts.
The way he got in the car, man, that nigga fixed his hat.
Here's my take on what you just said. I would ask you how much money you make an hour, but I don't want to put, personal business on display. So I'll say this, right? His family, right? His kids, his ex-wives, cousins, whoever, da-da-da. They liable to go out there and get a regular ass job and make it just like we making it right now, way less than they was making it off of with him being out here, a free man, being able to tour and promote his music and make money off of it. Like,
But I don't mean I was using him for example, but there's other
people
like some people give their royalties, give like certain stuff and put it in their kid's name, so it goes directly to their kids.
Well, go get a job, cause guess what? Doing what he did, yeah, get that nigga shit off of the street.
But even so, what they could have did was create a fund for the victims, and then use that to give the victims the royalties.
Well, they really gotta decipher between who's a victim and who's willing too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It gets slippery. Like
parents brought them there and.
Like R. Kelly. Okay, so if you were, how many years ago was this? Like, and these girls are still with him, kind of to this day, to a certain extent. For you to take it to that extreme, like when he was fucking Aaliyah, and people knew about it. And then he got caught, and then you were traumatizing and grooming this young girl right here at this particular time and moment, and it's nasty. We shouldn't let it continue because maybe your music is brainwashing or some shit. I can see that, but years later, after these bitches done stayed with him and defended him, and I know that they were scripted and all of that, but some of that is bullshit too, to an extent. I feel like they wanted to be there to some extent, like. I'm trying to think of maybe a Harvey Weinstein, or who's the motherfucker with the island? Jeffrey?
Oh, Bezos. No, not Bezos. Epstein.
Yeah, so Epstein.
Probably Bezos too.
So if Epstein was a artist, I feel like maybe you should get his shit off of everywhere. I don't know, but. Cause he was selling people. I can't. It's a complicated thing. I don't think.
Girl,
but I don't know if
he was
he
the same exact thing.
he maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
He maybe.
And for the record, I do not believe Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Like, they cannot convince me that man is dead, bro. That man is back on that island.
Yeah.
Doing his thing, like that man is not dead. He ain't
Tupac can fake his death. He can fake his death.
Nah, but they gotta show me proof. Like all of a sudden, I just lose signal with the cameras. You know what I'm saying? When it happened, 20 minutes. Like nah, that nigga's dead. Yeah, but them niggas nasty, like especially like young ass girls, like. Like I ain't never understood that. Like these, like a little girl. I can't even look at a little girl like that. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is nasty. Like I can't even at my age. I can't even look at a 18-year-old like that.
Yeah. I was watching Pineapple Express the other day, like being older, and I was just, and that shit was just weird as
Oh yeah,
fuck.
that nigga a whole
He
creep.
was fucking with an 18-year-old that was in high school.
And he was
And he
25.
came to the high school just trying to talk to her casually, just jealous of the other boys in the class and shit like that. Like, nigga, what the fuck is your problem?
Speaking of, you seen Jonah Hill and that fucking sensitive ass tweet that he made?
Cuddy, stop talking about my body. I'm tired of everybody talking about my body.
But you a comedian that talks shit about all kind of shit. Like I don't understand it. Like people can't have it both ways. Like you talk about shit that you sensitive about. Like that's like I tell my personal life in my music, and that's like somebody dissing me and me getting hurt because they used the information that I gave them or what they see. Like when you kind of sign yourself up for that. Like I guess you can ask and request.
I probably wouldn't call him a comedian. I feel like he's just a super Hollywood actor. He started some comedian growth.
So you think that this is the end? That's his real personality.
Probably.
Times have changed, okay? Like back when it was tough and gritty, like through all cultures too. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how we spoke about the trans shit and all of that. Like it was a time when like shit wasn't accepted, but we accepted it. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like gay people, like in the '90s, like people hated gay people, but at the same time, like live your life. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody got out of line about it, like they'll get checked. You know what I mean? But nowadays, they just like everything is just like, yo, you gotta like this, or you're just a complete asshole if you don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's making everybody soft. Like
Back in the day,
You know,
you might know that nigga might be gay, but that nigga still a nigga. And he got some fucking hands on him. That nigga, I done seen him.
You know what's crazy though? That it just dawned on me. I don't even know if this is right, but
and AIDS out of gays, like.
oh no, I'm just saying the perspective of.
No, I know that, but just like how the gays became popularized, you know what I'm saying? They did it in a negative fashion when you could have just been like, okay, you like the same sex. I mean, nah, they was like, oh nah, they got AIDS. It's the gay people.
But then the government released AIDS and it needed to cover it up with something with black people and gays.
Yeah, same thing with COVID-19. Yeah, let's blame it on. Okay, maybe it did come from Wuhan, China, but the shit was here. Y'all knew about it, and then y'all played a little game with it. They basically had their own little Squid Games going on.
Everything is man-made to me. That's how I feel.
If it's not man-made, it's man-controlled.
They basically had. I think the U.S. government had their own little Squid Games going on when we got hit with COVID-19. They was thinking like, yo, let's see how many people we can wipe out. You know what I mean? We'll get the people alive with these certain circumstances with money. You know what I'm saying? And then let's see how many people we can take out. And then that's how much money we can save. And then pocket this, do that. Then boom, now they fake about to be out of money. How?
I was sitting here thinking about it though. I feel like I feel like the majority of things that they say can't be cured, I feel like it was man-made. Everything that there's no natural cure for, your body can't get rid of it. So like from watching Dr. Stone, how it was that bug, it was that bug from like, I mean, I can see that like a bug inside your system is unfamiliar, your body try to fight it off, it can't. It might destroy some of your cells, like blood cells, I can see that shit. But with the antibiotics, they boost you get over that shit. It don't linger, and your body gets it out of there. But it's other shit that's designed to rapidly, like I feel like it's designed.
There's a cure for everything. But guess what? The only people that got that shit is them old ass people in power.
Yeah. The only reason we have cancer is because of what we eat. And what we exposed to bad water, we're exposed to fucking, like in schools, right here, fucking fluorescent lights.
Mad
just
fluoride.
Mad fluoride, mad fucking bad radio waves, and even our music, the frequencies aren't healthy for us.
I heard Magic Johnson only got one A.
Alright, close the fucking show.
Alright.